Happy Sunday and welcome to my cooking segment here on Facebook Live. I'm Coach Ray Ann and today we're going to be making Chipotle Barbacoa Beef in the crockpot. Such a win today. And I'm so excited to share this family favorite recipe with you. But I'm going to wait just a second and see who's able to join me live today. Hello. By the way, my arms are sore today, so I'm like trying to hold my phone. Good thing Brian's here to hold it for me. Hi, Dennis. Hey, Mom. Hi, Alicia. Hello. I am so glad you guys are here today because you've got to try this amazing recipe. So we've been making this for a while now, and then one day I was like, oh my gosh, why don't I show people how to make this? Because it's super easy, very tasty, and really very healthy. So of course you can make it not healthy by adding stuff to it, but hopefully, good morning, hopefully you can make it fit what you need. You can use this beef for tacos, you could use it in burrito bowls, you could use it, how else, Brian? Nachos. We've made quesadillas out of it. That's about it. About how we've had it, but I'm sure you could be more creative. You could just eat it out of a bowl because it's that good. Who needs sides when the beef is good, right? And here's the other cool thing about it is, and I haven't done it yet, but you could do it with chicken or pork, okay? So the sauce is really the secret ingredient, okay? So I'm gonna be showing you how to make an amazing chipotle pepper adobo sauce, kind of like juicy sauce thing that you throw in the crock pot with the meat, and that is what makes it have all the flavor. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna start with heating my pan. So I have this cast iron awesome pan that I love. If you don't have one, go find one, okay? It really kicks up the notch of cooking, I promise, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and heat that pan. The only thing I forget sometimes though is that the whole pan gets really hot, like you can't touch the handle, and sometimes I do. And I just realized I don't think I have any olive oil. So I'm gonna grab a new bottle of olive oil out of the cabinet really quick as I chat with you. So here's the plan. I bought a beef shoulder roast. Does that make sense? A beef shoulder roast. I actually just want you to pour a little. Brian's helping me. Let me have that bottle first. So really quick, I'm gonna throw some olive oil in my heating pan, okay? Anyway, I bought 4 pounds, and I actually had to find 2. Brian went to the store for me, and bought 2 shoulders. And what we've done, because that equals about 4 pounds, so this recipe is 3 to 4 pounds. You can half it if you would like to, or you can make it all. So if there's only a couple of you eating, you probably don't need 4 pounds of beef hanging around, unless you just want leftovers the whole week. But if you have a family who loves it, and they will, then you're gonna want enough of it, okay? So here, I'm gonna flip this over really quick and show you what I've done. So to make the beef the most flavorful, you wanna sear it on the pan before putting it in the crock pot. And you might think that that's just too much work, but I'm telling you, it really matters and it really makes the flavor so much better. So I took our 2 roasts and I cut them into these big, thick cubes, okay? And then what I'm gonna do, actually, Brian, will you hold this? Hey, Kelly. Hi. Oh, hi, Jerry. Oh, it's been a long time. All right, so what I did was, like I said, I just cut it into cubes, and now what we're gonna do is just season it with just some salt and pepper, okay? And the reason we wanna do that is when we sear it and get that nice crust on the side, it's gonna like make that salty, crisp, crunchy side, which is so good. And then when you put it into the crock pot, it will get really soft and you'll be able to shred it easy. But all of that like searing on the side is what's gonna make it even more flavorful, not just the sauce, okay? Now you guys look at this. I'm so lazy, I keep forgetting to get peppercorns at the store. So I'm still just using this. But whatever, if you use this too, sorry, I called it lazy. But I feel lazy for me because I really like using fresh ground pepper, but whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna take it over to the pan. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Hey, Brian. Shoot. Hang on, guys. I need the tongs. Okay, but I'm just gonna bring this over. I'm sure that's nice and heated. I gotta grab them out of them. I thought I was prepared. I guess not. Do you hear me slamming the dishwasher around here? Okay, so what you're gonna wanna do is, first I'm gonna make sure that the oil is, I don't wanna burn the towel, is even around the pan, okay? And then I'm just gonna take this meat and get it searing, okay? You want that nice sizzle, okay? Get that sizzle going. You know it's good when it's sizzling. It's kind of like when you go, you know what I mean? You know what I did though, you guys? I put the wrong side up. You want to put the salted side. That's right. Ooh, ooh, it's splattering. Watch out for my phone, don't get it splattered. All right, I'm not gonna, ow, jeez, that's brutal. So watch out. Okay, so I'm gonna do more salt on this side. Now, if you're watching your salt intake, Mom, Dennis, friends, then you don't have to add as much here, okay? Or don't. Cool? So here's the trick. We're gonna let it just sit there and not simmer, but sear and sizzle. There's a lot of S's going on here. Okay, so here's the trick. Don't touch it too soon because you'll tear the meat. How you make it sear and get that nice crust is let it sit there until it releases from the pan. Now, I'm very impatient. If you don't know me, you know that I like to get going, okay? But with this, you just can't be impatient. You gotta let it sear until it's ready to move. So let's check them. I can't remember which one I put on first, but, oh, it released. Look at that. Okay, so now I'm just gonna turn it to the next side. That one's not ready, okay? Sometimes they're not ready yet. And that's okay. That's a little one, so it was ready. I'm just gonna turn it to the side, okay? Now, don't worry, we're not gonna sit here and do this for the whole pan. But, ooh, that one's ready. It's funny, the ones that are ready to turn. Okay, there we go. So we want it to sear on all sides. It's so loud, I hope you can hear me. Look at that. Now, again, if they're not budging, leave it alone, okay? Leave it alone. All right, so I'm gonna let them cook like that for, well, this one just is having a hard time. Did you see me getting impatient, wanting to move that one? You just gotta learn to back off. Oh, it's about ready. Okay? And then you're just gonna keep them turning. Keep them turning when they're ready. Okay? I feel like the first side seems to take the longest. Okay? Ooh. Oh, there it is. And it's pretty and crusty and beautiful and tasty. Ooh. I'm getting way too excited about this. Now, over there, you'll see that we didn't get all of the meat in. Don't worry, I'm not gonna cook all of it in front of you. I'll save it, do it later for when I get off of here. But I did want to show you this. Now, you don't have to cook it all the way through. We're just getting a nice sear on all sides, okay? So I am gonna take the time to do this so I don't mess it up, because this is our dinner. Actually, it's our dinner tomorrow because it's already kind of too late today, because it's gonna take 6 to 7 hours on high or 10 hours on low. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 10 hours, but that would make our dinner way too late tonight, okay? Brian, we see if there's questions, because no questions? Hey guys. Hey Courtney, what you doing? All right, so hi April. Hi Tammy. All right, so anyway, it's looking like we're getting close. Look at Max. He's like, What's going on, Mama? What you cooking? It's not for you, buddy. I'm sorry. I love you, but not that much. Just kidding. He knows he'll get my leftovers. All right, you guys. I think that we're pretty darn good here. Okay, so all sides are seared. Actually, I want to get that side a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and transfer this to the crock pot, to the pot of the crock. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the bottom of the crock pot. Now, what's the point of breaking it up like this? Well, it's going to cook more even if they're in the similar shapes and sizes, and it'll make it easier to shred it. And by having a nice sear on all sides on all of these pieces of meat, you're going to have more flavor, okay? So instead of just doing the whole, I mean, you could do the whole roast on here and just do it in one quick thing, but it's not going to be quite as flavorful. So take the extra step to get this all seared up, okay? All right, so I'm going to turn this off for now because I want to go ahead before I officially cook it in the crock pot. I'm going to fix the rest of it. Okay, so for now, it's just going to stay there. Now comes the fun part. Yeah. All right, we are going to make the sauce. Now, here's the thing. If you're on my email list, you're going to get a copy of this, okay? So if you're not, let me know because I want to get you on there. I send out the recipe every Monday for whatever we do, okay, on Sunday. So on the recipe, here, I can't read it very good. Should have put the glasses on. All right, so first up is we are going to, here's the blender. You need a blender for this, okay? And I know what you're thinking. You're like, okay, you got the crock pot mess, you got the blender mess, and you got the pot, or the pan. Come over here, please, Brian. So that I'm closer to the microphone. Okay, so, but it's okay, because it's really only 3 things that are messy, and it's so worth it. Just do it, okay? So first up, I'm gonna add in 1/3 cup of apple cider vinegar, okay? Apple cider vinegar. So here it is. By the way, if you drink a shot of this every day, it's good for gut health. If you know it and you're not doing it, start doing it. Okay, 1/3 cup into the blender, okay? Now, what is not on my recipe, and you can totally do it if you want, is sometimes I like to add some OJ. And we don't have orange juice at our house very often, so since we have it, then I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna do 1/3 cup, okay? Just for the citrusy flavor, so we're gonna add that in, okay? Then I'm going to add in, I'm going to do all the liquids first. I'm going to go ahead and do our lime. Now the recipe calls for 3 tablespoons of fresh lime, but I'm going to do 3 just whole limes, okay? And in the handy dandy lime squeezer. You can do it however you want. So we're just going to do 1. Oh boy, I should have prepared this earlier. I'm sorry. That's all right. It's very satisfying watching the juice squeeze out of the lime. It really is. I don't know why. I think it's so fun. Especially when it feels like a good squeeze, you know, and you get a lot of it. The cool thing about having a juicer like this is that it catches all of the seeds. And although limes don't have a lot of seeds, it really works great with lemons because lemons have those really big seeds. Okay, I'm getting there. Okay, almost done. 2 more. Okay, 1 more. Okay, great. So this is like the liquids. All right. So those are great. That's done. Now we're going to add in the star of the show. Okay, I'm going to grab in here real quick and get a fork. I like to use a fork for this. So these are, I already had a can open and I used the leftovers because we just made this last week. We make this often. But you just get some Chipotle chilies in adobo sauce, okay? You just get them in the Mexican food aisle. And here's what they look like, Okay, like this. That is a Chipotle chili. Now, they are spicy. So, how many you add is gonna depend on what level of spiciness you like. Now, my family likes it spicier than I do. So, I'm gonna make it for them, and then I just drink a lot of water, okay? So, the recipe calls for, I can't remember, 3 to 4 chilies. So, the more you add, the hotter it is, okay? So, I'm gonna do, we did 3 last time I'm gonna do 3. Is that okay, Brian?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to do more?
3.5.
3.5, okay. But also, I wanna show you, in the can, there's also like this like sauce, okay? You want the sauce, okay? So put some of that in there. Whoops, I think I got another one in there. Oh well, just drink lots of ice water with it. Okay, cool, so we got that. Cool beans. Now we wanna get our garlic. So I just got these cloves of garlic and I'm just gonna skin them, okay? So just skin them and pop it in. You don't have to chop them, you just skin them because it's going in the blender. So I love that. Okay, just make sure you have all the skin off. And if you just hit it with the side of your knife like that, it pops it open and then you can just peel it right off. Well, except that one. Okay, cool. Now it does call for 5 garlic cloves. If you're not a huge fan of that, or you feel like garlic gives you indigestion or whatever, then you could reduce it or eliminate it. But eliminate it at your own risk. Right? Right, Brian?
That's right.
Because why? It's not a trick question. Garlic's awesome. Okay. All right, so we have the chili, we have our liquids. Now we're gonna add in some of the seasonings. So we have ground cumin, which you guys, have you noticed I use it in like everything? So we're gonna do 4 teaspoons of this. Okay, you're just gonna put it in 1, 2, 3. Wouldn't that be like a tablespoon though? But whatever. Okay, then I'm gonna do a teaspoon of oregano. And I happen to have this from my sister-in-law. She gave me some in a container, so that's what I'm gonna use, but any oregano that you like. Wait, how much a teaspoon? 2 teaspoons. 2 teaspoons. I'm corrected. Okay. Now, the really cool thing that you might not expect is we're gonna put some ground cloves in. Okay. So have you ever noticed some Mexican cooking actually uses cinnamon and cloves and things in it? And you're like, what is that flavor? And you can't quite put a finger on it. It's probably cloves or cinnamon. Okay. So I'm gonna dump that in. I love putting cinnamon in our taco meat. Okay? And then I'm gonna just do salt and pepper. So I'm gonna do a teaspoon of salt and I'm gonna do some more black pepper, okay? So, there you go. All right, so I just wanna do a quick check of the list here. We got the apple cider vinegar and the orange juice, the garlic cloves, the cumin, the oregano, the ground cloves, black pepper, salt, and the lime juice. Okay, so we're just gonna blend that up. So excuse the noise here, but here it goes. Now you may wanna like pulse your blender a couple times to get the chilies kind of broken up a little bit and the garlic cloves, and then let her rip. All right. Now I want you to notice something. We are eating beef. We are having beef. But have you noticed very much fat? So the really cool thing is a beef shoulder is very, very lean and very high protein. Okay? And our sauce is very full of flavor, all kinds of different flavors. So it has very low fat. I have not added any other fat other than to sear the meat, okay? So I love this as a low-fat, high-protein meal. Now, you can determine if you're gonna add carbs or not to it by the sides that you use, okay? So So I'm gonna take this, I'm just gonna show you here. I'm just gonna pour it over the meat, okay? I still have some more meat to add to this, but that's okay. So we're just gonna pour it in. Can you see that, Brian?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So that is going to keep it nice and moist. It's gonna cook up together and season the meat even more. And then when you shred up the meat, when it's done, you'll shred the meat up and then put it back into the sauce. Now, you do wanna add here about 3/4 cup of either chicken broth or beef broth or any kind of broth you want, but I forgot to buy some. So we're just gonna use water because you know what, that's fine. So let me grab it really quick. No big deal. Okay. So, I mean, the broth may give it a little extra flavor, but I'm not too worried about it because there's so much flavor in that. Now, the second thing, or the last thing you want to do is add in bay leaf. A bay leaf or 2. I'm going to do 2 bay leaves. So you just have these bay leaves. Let's grab 2. Well, oops. Well, that one's on the floor. We're not using that one. There's like a half one. That's good. Okay. So those really do add so much flavor. Okay. So I think that's it. Now, I'm not going to put this and start it yet, but what I'm going to do today is put it, once I'm done searing the rest of the meat, put it in there. We are going to put it on low for 10 hours. So if you don't have 10 hours, I usually do it on high for 6 hours. And it's beautiful. It comes out, it just falls apart. You shred it up super easy with just 2 forks, throw it back in the meat. We are going to be topping tomorrow night's dinner will be cilantro lime rice. Okay, so we're going to make bowls. We're going to do a cilantro lime rice, black beans with some seasoning, some garlic and some cumin. And then we're going to put that on top. And our favorite topper is making a mango salsa. So what you can do to make a mango salsa is just take a jar of salsa, any old salsa you want, and then buy, let me look if I have it here. Where's the mango? Buy frozen mango chunks, set a few out, let them thaw, chop them up, and throw them into your salsa. And when you top that, you have the sweetness of the mango, oh, it's amazing, with the, you know, the beans and the spiciness of the meat, and you're getting all of those flavor senses just like popping all at once. It is so good, okay? So that is all. I mean, I took a little bit longer showing you how to do that, but it really is quick, easy. If you make a lot, you can have, so I started to tell you, you can have several meals with it. Tomorrow night we're doing bowls, and then Tuesday night or lunch, depending on what's happening, we're gonna make tacos, okay? So we're just gonna do a corn tortilla with some of the meat, maybe some of the mango salsa, and maybe some jalapeno lime coleslaw, okay? So lots of ideas. Does anybody, I'm gonna come back. Does anybody have questions, comments, thoughts? No? So that's it. Thank you for joining me. It has been fun. I wanted to take just a moment to remind you, if you're not already registered for Wednesday night's free web class, I'll be on, is that Wednesday, July 22nd at 7:30 p.m. We're gonna talk about 60 to maybe even 90 minutes, depending on how many questions and how involved you get. We're gonna be talking about the 3 secrets that I learned that got me in the best shape of my life, both physically and mentally. So if you've not signed up, please consider that. If you have the time, I would really love to have you as my guest there. I will remember to put the link in this video in the comment section below. And that's it. I hope that you guys enjoy this. Hi, Pam. Hey, I didn't know you were there. Kathy, it's all right. You're gonna love, Kathy, you're gonna wanna do this recipe, I promise. Okay, I think those kids of yours will enjoy it, and that husband. And it's low fat and healthy, heart healthy. All right, so you guys, unless there's any questions, I'm gonna head out. I gotta finish searing this meat. And tonight I will pop on really quick just to show you how it looks when it's done, even though I did already post a video yesterday. So, all right. I hope that you guys have a good one, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye. Bye, Mom.